Hello, this is Friday, August 19th, 2022. This is a side show, and I'm Theodore Parker. I saw something flashing across the screen of my device this morning. It was an invite to seniors to attend the state fair and was announcing that the bus was leaving at 8 a.m. I think for the next couple of days that will be a provision. Otherwise, the state fair is $10 admission. 18 and younger have to be accompanied by an adult or a parent. And parking is $10. So that's Kentucky State Fair. Today is going to be like the last couple of days, getting a little bit warmer. Toward the weekend, there's some rain in the forecast, which leads again to Kentucky's eastern residents having suffered no flood damage. But 50% of those people have been registered with disaster relief for Kentucky. And that's not to be confused that 50% have been turned down, but 50% of those needing help have been registered. So the governor continues to deal with that and make accommodations for their relief from flooding. Still talking about masks, I think I'm gonna probably do this as long as it is required. Monkeypox, as much as I mention it, health organizations are saying that it's mostly amongst the population, men who have recently had sex with men have contracted monkeypox. And again, there's a vaccine available. And right on the heels of this, the government is making arrangements at some future date for an additional vaccine for COVID-19 targeted toward the original strain and Omicron, if I'm understanding it correctly. And as we approach October, then we will be heading into the flu season. So there you have it. Over the past week, some items that I didn't mention, or the past several days, 10 days, 7 days. Most recently, Solange's sister of Beyonce, Knowles, will be doing the music for the New York Fall Fashion Fair. I guess anything that happens in New York is a big deal, but, respect to her, best efforts on her endeavors. Solange's music is a little bit different than Beyonce's, somewhat affiliated with jazz, and she has her own show and has been doing it for a number of years now. So now she has this recognition coming forward. New York. Laura London was present with family and friends and children of Nipsey Hussle as he was given a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She did make some comments regarding that, but again, a moment of recognition for that. Hollywood Walk of Fame, star for Nipsey Hussle. Vanessa, wife of Kobe Bryant and mother of his children, receives an apology from the Sheriff's Department in LA. I mentioned a few days ago that they were in court about pictures that were being taken by members of the Sheriff's Department and possibly first responders. And some of the comments that came out of it were that they were supposed to be taking pictures, et cetera, which is true. They have to document that. All agencies involved in the crash of that nature have to have documentation as to what happened. But where the conflict grew up is that some of those there were taking pictures on their personal cell phones, which I remember reading in the news that the sheriff assembled his deputies and told them to delete anything that was on their phone, which itself gives content to her requiring a court case or requesting a court case. And then additional information that a patron of a bar saw one of the members of that department sharing photos with the bartender. So therefore it moved forward from that point. But now the sheriff's department has offered an apology to Vanessa. And I think this might be, if the case is still going on, the fifth, sixth day. Monday was the fourth day. So here we are at Friday. So you can add that accordingly. Moving forward over and around the world, International Nuclear Organization is calling for a ceasefire by Russia on shelling nuclear plants in the Ukraine. Ukraine is location for the largest nuclear plant in Europe, but those plants have been a target of Russian shelling since the beginning of the war in February of this year. So they want to have an inspection. There is not a fear of a repeat of Chernobyl, but common sense notwithstanding, why shell a nuclear plant? Hollywood. A couple of movies that are from the past. If you remember the Dirty Harry series starring Clint Eastwood, there was, I think, Dirty Harry itself, the movie was about some criminals that had kidnapped a school bus full of children, 26 of them, and if my memory serves me, had buried the school bus with the children and the driver alive. Well, that turned out to be a true story. And the person who actually perpetrated that, or the ones that perpetrated that crime, was released at the age of 70, at least one of them. So this was recently, this year, if not this month. So that's just one thing that has happened. On the other side, movie Black Mass, Whitey Burgess, he was beaten to death at the age of 89 in prison. And of the 3 inmates that were responsible for that, then one of them has recently been released on supervised release. The other 2 are still in jail. I'm not exactly sure when all that happened, but Hollywood comes to real life, or real life comes to Hollywood. Trump's lawyer says that if they do release the affidavit, it will probably be redacted to nothing but and the. And if you are not sure of what the word redacted means, if you ever seen a document with all those black lines through it, then there you have it. Everything crossed out except what's important to them. I had mentioned yesterday, speaking about music, this is just a quick coverage of things in the news heading into the weekend on Friday. You know, I like my music. I just covered Cardi B doing her lyrics and that little article on spit. But I think when I was younger, I used to have the expression swap and spit, so I can't take too much offense. But swinging all the way around in the genres from hip hop and rap to the blues. I'm going to show you this article here. And this is, if I can get it all situated and everything, this is a young man who, at 22, already has his own signature guitar in the genre of the blues. And this particular article, his name is Tristone Kingfish Ingram. That's a smart looking guitar to me. So he has the guitar and signature humbuckers, if I can get it up here for you. There you go, purple. Said he's from Mississippi, one of those small towns. Has always had an interest in the blues from B.B. King and other people who have made the blues famous. So that's the humbuckers and the guitar. And if I can show you one more shot of it. There's a video of him giving an interview and also playing some music. I kind of come into it when he did his when he did his 22nd birthday show, and I caught that as it was broadcast. So he has his initials on the back of it, and it seems like an excellent move. And for someone that young to be into the blues is showing you that music cannot really be explained like that, but he's making a name for himself. Christone Kingfish Ingram. So I'll leave you with that for the weekend. It's Friday, like I said, heading in. Still got some summer days left. That's it. Hashtag